Good morning. I just got a fresh reminder of exactly what I always seem to wind up fighting for. And by always seem to, I mean every fucking lifetime. Come back. And the morons in this little world here still haven't solved the same fucking problems. And this one in particular, sorry, it's getting solved before I leave this time. And if I'm made to leave again, it's over for everyone. Because this isn't acceptable in the majority view. And what I'm talking about is child slavery. I was just on Facebook. I have created a little group. Okay. You click, you create group. About a year ago when I was watching the Vice News Ukraine thing, everybody, if you're an American citizen, it is your duty to check out the Vice News Russian roulette Ukraine coverage, front to back if possible. Um, so the Facebook group I have is called Support Ukraine, USA, UK, and Australia, US. And the reason why I started it is simple because we might all be left repeating a very new rendition of a very old mantra. Let's see if I can just go ahead and bring it up to date. They came for the Chechen, the Dagestani, whichever. I didn't speak. I wasn't Chechen. I wasn't a Dagestani. They came for the Georgians. I didn't speak. I wasn't a Georgian. They came for the Crimean Tatars. Meh, I didn't speak. I wasn't a Crimean Tatar. And they came for the Ukrainians. And you still didn't speak because you weren't Ukrainian? Hmm? Then they came for me. And they took me because there was no one left to speak for me. All of this has happened before, and all of this will happen again if you don't wake the fuck up. So I go and I do some work in this group. And by work, I mean work. And I was scoping at this one mark. Guy's clearly just either a Russian troll or a proud young Russian officer. And he's trying to join the Support Ukraine. Okay. I'm like, let me see what you're. But just as I'm thinking of what to go investigate about him, I see some unknown person had just added him. I click on the unknown person instead. Scroll up, found that. And just one little scroll down his thing, and I see on his like pages this USA and UK boys and girls. So I click on that. First thing that pops up, the background is members. That's mixed. Some creepy, some obviously fake looking. Some creepy because they're boys and girls. Scroll down a little bit. The first post. Some kid. I'm like, okay. Maybe this is legit. But let me keep scrolling. Fucking next thing I see. Some Muslim guy. Posting in English that he's single and 23 in New York City. Oh, yeah. Ignore me this time. See what the fuck happens. The Lord your God will annihilate every one of you if you do not fix this problem. Kaza. Hozar. You fucking hosers. Khazars. I'm not talking about an ethnic sect, okay? Most of the things that you think are ethnic sects are actually little fake cultures that this fucking empire has been setting up for the past several thousand years. And let me tell you what nobody knows about the Bible. Nobody. None of you fucking people know it. And it might explain why I seem so pissed off. See, in all four Gospels, you'll find the same little thing. It's all four Gospels. Same fucking thing. Nobody seems to even know that it's there. People have had conversations relative to it and act as though Jesus Christ did not speak on the issue. Well, guess what? It's in there. And you have all been so brainwashed, the planks in your eyes keep you from seeing. Your hand in front of your fucking faces, let alone being able to discern the words of the Almighty God whom you deny. I mean, many of the people who think they're faithful. No, sorry. You're in denial of God on a daily, regular basis. So, talking around a campfire. There were some families that had come to hear the Messiah speak. And there were many children gathered around. And the Messiah said unto them, how blessed are these children, for surely they will inherit the kingdom of God. They will be seen as wise. They are exalted and holy and have not even been corrupted. You know a little bit of that individually. And you know individually what comes next. But you don't know that it comes next. a big problem. The sermon followed. If any man should be consumed by lust regarding those children, he should gouge out his eye. Because it's better to gouge out your eye, you fucking Talmudic Khazarian shit stains, than to go lusting after a child, whether it's Gentile, Nubian, whatever you call it, to make it seem less than you. It's more human than you could ever be. I'm so pissed off right now, I can't even remember the rest of it, but I suggest you all go and read it. Because New Covenant, Old Covenant, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Everything that liberals don't like about Christians these days, I've already covered that. Been there, done that. You fucking ignorant morons. If you'd bother to pick up the book that was written, guess what? By God in the flesh and his wife, Mother Nature. Not the whore of Babylon, which most fucking Christian right-wing lunatics these days seem to think that any woman of spiritual presence in the Bible must be the evil whore of Babylon. This age-long oppression of anything that isn't a really, like, a lot of people think it's a white male thing. No, it's a Khazarian male thing. It's not an Anglican thing. It's not an Irish thing. It's not a German thing. Not really a French thing. There's not really any such thing as Spanish or Italian or Greek. Oh, the mysteries. You just don't even know that. You don't even know that they're mysteries. You think you have all the information. It's so cute. But getting fucking tedious. And shit like what I found out today is just kind of proof that so many of you are so consumed by useless nonsense. You wouldn't know God if he jumped up and bit you in the face. Love that metaphor. Something about being jumped up and bit in the face cracked me up. I think my next video is gonna be about how clueless people are and just logically extrapolating the nature of God's existence. Just how generally pompous, arrogant, self centered, and unimaginative. Oh, unimaginative. That everyone seems to be. You think the Dalai Lama's a wise man? You fucking cracked me up. What's he been doing lately to stop the Khazars? Everybody's got their own little struggle that makes them money and keeps them comfortable. Everybody's got these false prophets, false causes, and false prophets to follow. Everybody does these things to make themselves feel better. It's sad how unfamiliar it will sound that truly you already have your reward. Your efforts are in vain, and they shall die with you as your veins decay. So, yeah, if you don't like the idea of child trafficking, child slavery, child torture, child rape, and child enslavement, and I'm talking about they buy these kids en masse, ship them off to a place that they built for them, brainwash them, and that's how suicide bombers and shit like that are built. Okay, these aren't people that are raised normal and just have a crisis one day, go out and want to fucking blow themselves up. Come on. I hope American intelligence is smarter than this. I really hope. Because about 100 years this has been going on, and it's not looking good. When the Berlin Wall came down and the Cold War ended, I was, let's see, 8 years old. And I was already pretty skeptical, I must say, because, well, not only had I spent most of my childhood dreaming about thousands of years worth of military strategy and political leadership and revolution and stuff like that, writing giant, long, encoded things that rhyme just so I can see them in later lifetimes and have a clue about my bearings, you know? Eh, forgot what I was going to say. Started getting lost in my bearings. Flabbergasted. Flabbergasted about the terrible hilariousness. Is, yeah, in my childhood. There you go. It just seemed too simple, too easy, too convenient. I understood how governments finance themselves at that age. And really, they just ran out of money. Who's coming to collect? You know, like money that they can just fucking print themselves, technically. Money that, what, the government has to pay for its slaves to bring them resources to build more military equipment. Money to the Russians, to the Khazars. Money is a system of how they enslave us. So, is it really shocking that money was how they bullshitted us into thinking that they weren't a fucking threat anymore? They still had plenty of everything with which to whoop some serious ass worldwide. And now they're basically way the fuck beyond where they were at the end of the Cold War. Don't let anybody tell you that they're just some regional power. Barry, you might have had that one wrong there. Although I've been keeping very close track of Barry, and I really only said that to acknowledge most people's concern on the issue. To me, Barry's got it covered because, and people can wind up Chamberlain or whatever. Uh, it's not what he's doing. He's playing it smart. Been playing it smart for quite some time. And the moment he stops doing it the way he's been doing it is the moment the elite that wants all of us dead actually gets its way. Okay? And if you were one of these conspiracy theorists who think Barack Obama is part of the problem, part of the NWO, part of the Illuminati, all this mumbo jumbo, um, I no longer have any patience for you. I'm not going to explain anything to you. Stop it, or I will curse your children. Okay. Nothing too heavy. Just some light conversation. I'm not in the mood to fuck around anymore. Sorry, guys. After what I just saw, no, not today. Today I'm going to go hunting on the astral plane, and I expect to wake up and see some results. And you can too. In the next week, there should be some development. There should be some. Well, I've already been at this for a couple of months now. There should be more people just resigning and disappearing, and arrests that seem to kind of have suspicious stories behind them. What you don't understand is that nobody's trying to hide anything from you. They're trying to hide things from the people they're investigating. Hey, we're coming for you. You better fucking close up shop and hide, destroy all the evidence. Oh, yeah, that's real fucking smart. Why do people, so many people, who made C's and D's in civics class, presume to tell the fucking government what it's supposed to be doing? Guess what? The government is doing what I want them to do. Sorry. And to think there's actually some false, there's guys who think that they're Jesus Christ, and they let's just say the government is not upon their shoulders. Everything that the Messiah talked about was directed straight at the Khazars, straight at those who would rather go to war to enslave people than to just talk to them, make peace, have a fair deal with them. Those who would rather deceive people of other cultures than simply communicate with them and enjoy how God made us all different. Now, there's a lot that goes back that I'm sure can be proven. I'm going solely off my memories and a whole very, you know, 45 minutes worth of YouTube video research. But I haven't found anybody who has a theory laid out that's consistent with my memories. But I have found in these other theories plenty of easy to find, apparently, evidence that coincides with my memories which therefore proves that the 12 tribes of humanity are the 12 tribes of Israel. And it is only the Nephilim, the demon men, those who claim they are Jews and are not, and basically have a big club where they all summon demons into themselves. Okay? And Freemasonry is not that club. Okay? Big parts of it are thanks to all this fucking propaganda that you people have swallowed. The echo chamber has collapsed in on itself. Fact of the matter remains, you're all to blame. Stop trying to find groups of little people to blame. Groups of little people, little groups of people to be mad at. Be mad at yourselves for how deceived you let yourself become, for how little you stood for, that you fell for whatever came along and made you feel better. 2,000 years ago, you were warned, a movement was started, and that movement was silenced by hypocrites. And the people who knew the name of the Messiah, all but 144,000 to this day, were genocidally wiped out. And the reason why they are blameless is because they didn't call the Messiah Jesus. Jesus didn't detract anything from who Christ was. That's just all part of this fucking system of circular arguments that they've set up to blind people from the truth. 27 minutes, 17 seconds. Oh, okay. I feel better, don't you? If you're not sharing every story you see about a child missing, I personally want to beat the fucking shit out of you. And guess what? That's all I have to do, and you will have the shit beaten out of you by somebody or something somewhere. And if I was not capable of manifesting in such ways, I wouldn't have the scientific proof to rationalize the audacity it would take to say the things that I say. Zap zap.